words to us.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Aileen Gunther. I'm a registered nurse, and I'm here to say that I support all our DSPs, all those people that are caring for our communities, and we better get a 3.2 raise. You know, for a long time, we've been ignored. As women, as anybody that works with the DSP, like DSPs, we've been ignored for a long time. So this year, shout from the rooftops. We need a raise, we need quality care, and we need it now. Thank you.
Thank you, Assemblymember Gunther. of the day is invest in me. What is the business of the day? Invest in me. What is the business of the day? Invest in me. So me is a person with IDD who relies on services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Me is a direct support professional, our dedicated, skilled, knowledgeable staff who provide those services that allow people with IDD and their families to live the kind of lives the rest of us take for granted. And me is also a service provider that employs DSPs and other essential staff and provides the residential, day, employment, and other services. They make it all happen. Now, what does it mean to say invest in me? It means two things. First, a 3.2% COLA. That's how much more expensive it got in the past year to provide services. And second, a direct support wage enhancement, or DSWE. We need $4,000 to correct the wages because of years of neglect and wage stagnation under the previous governor. So here's what happens in Albany this time of year. The governor put out her budget proposal, then the Senate and the Assembly each put out their one-house responses. That is being worked on now and why we are here today. The governor put in 1.5% when everyone knows the number is 3.2. And she forgot to include the DSWE. We need those two things in the Senate and the Assembly one-house budgets. So there's one more thing I want to say, and that is, when I say invest in who? You say invest in me. Invest in who? Invest in who? Okay, so it is my great pleasure to hand the microphone over to one of our amazing champions, Senator John Mannion.
Invest in who? Invest in who? I'm telling you, my office is across the street and they can hear you over there. Invest in who? Let me tell you, for a decade, there was no cost of living adjustment for our voluntary providers. For a decade, for 10 years. But then, your voices started to be heard. And we got a 1% COLA, a 5.4% COLA, a 4% COLA, and now we're all going to fight together, raise our voices to make sure we get another cost of living adjustment. It has to be at least 3.2%. It has to be 3.2. But we have to do more than just 3.2. Did somebody say 3.2? We have to do at least 3.2. But there's something just as important we need to do. We need to make sure that we value our DSPs. We value them with a $4,000 direct support enhancement, restoration, whatever we want to call it. We need to make sure our DSPs are honored because they do so much for us. This system cannot work without our DSPs. It cannot work. You know, I spent yesterday like a lot of you. I watched a lot of superstars. Some of them might be, well, yes, I know, we may have a few Bills fans in the room. You know, but we saw, you might have seen Patrick Mahomes. You might have seen Travis Kelce. You might have seen Usher. Yeah, okay, sorry, I'm sorry. That was Little John, not Usher, I'm sorry. You might have seen Taylor Swift. But I'm going to tell you who I got to see. I got to see a woman yesterday. Her name was Maureen Berger. Maureen Berger. worker. She spent her whole life doing a lot of things for people, but she was always someone who knitted. She knitted. And then she had a stroke. But you know what? She lives in a facility where she still maintains her independence. She is 89 years old. 89! And she has something that allows her to continue to knit called an adaptive loom. And this year, before Christmas, she made 100 knitted hats for the homeless population. And she got people that she lives with to start to knit those hats. It is our collective effort. It is our collective sense of community to make sure that no person is left behind, whether they have a disability or not. We need to support our individuals with disabilities, and there's only one way to do that, and that is to make sure that our DSPs get the dollars that they deserve. Who are we gonna... What was it, honey? Who do we invest in? Who do we invest in? Who do we invest in? What was that number? What was that number? Who do we invest in? All right, go Bills.
Thank you, Senator Randall. Is Jean here? Is Jean around? Jean? Tell him to come up. Our next speaker. Okay, our next speaker is a DSP. And any of you who know me know that I was a DSP too. Right up here.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. My name is Gene Page, and I've been a DSP for over 20 years. I love caring for my guys. I love, and the people who I work with love to care for theirs. But for over a long time, we still did, like many of you, we still cared for our individuals, but you know what? We would love to be paid the way we're supposed to. We would love to be paid the way we're supposed to. But you know what? For a long time, we haven't been. We haven't been, but you know what? It's time for them to start investing in us. It's time for them to start investing in us. We care for our individuals so that our individuals can live lives the way they're supposed to. So in order for that, we all, this is not an easy work. And it's for special people who care, who have hearts to do this work. So we all need to be paid the way we're supposed to be. And we haven't been for a long time. So they need to start to investing in us like we were supposed to be invested in us. So because all of us care. We have hearts that care for the individuals, no matter what day they're going through, no matter how they feel, we still care for them. So I'm here to say to invest in us. Start investing in us. Start doing what they supposed to be doing a long time ago. You know, so I thank you all for listening, and thank you so much.
Is Josh here?
Josh, are you
Oh, great. Come on up, Josh. And Shamika's with you? Excellent.
Josh, yeah!
Our next speaker is Josh Santiago, Vice President of the Self-Advocacy Association, and he's here. Let me get out of the way with Shamika Andrews.
Yes, Shamika.
Hi guys, my name is Josh Santiago. I'm great to meet all of you, and like he just said, we need to raise the COLA 3.2 and give you a $4,000 raise. And I hope it goes through, guys. Thank you so much. It's important because without you guys, we can't do what we need. Go to a doctor appointment, or go to our family members when they want to see us, or all of the above. So from the bottom of my heart, I say thank you so much.
Thank you everyone for being here. I just wanted to say, we all know why we're here. Why are we here? Invest in me! Invest in me! Invest in me! Invest in me! All right.
Thank you, Josh and Shamika.
Bend your knees. You take a break. Go sit down.
Next, I am very pleased to introduce Assemblymember Mary Jane Shinsky.
Thank you. Thank you. New York State, in order to be its best state, needs to make sure that all of our people can live their best lives.
Yes.
For people with IDD, living your best lives are possible because of your DSPs. And not just that, but we need to make sure that your DSP can afford to continue working with you. Because we all know continuity of care, making sure that the DSP you love can stay with you for years at a time. That's only possible. How? With a 3.2% COLA. With the $4,000 wage adjustment. That is how we're all our best selves in the best state in the world, the state of New York. Invest in who?
Invest in me!
Thank you.
Thank you very much, And next, another one of our champions, Assemblymember Chris Burdick.
I'm taking John Mannion's suggestion by standing up here. So I'm Assemblymember Chris Burdick. I represent Northern Westchester County, and I also serve on the Committee on People with Disabilities.
Call the governor to put it.
And I have been working in this space since I first got into the Assembly. And thank you for the sign over there on the Travel with Dignity Act. I'm carrying that in the Assembly, and Pete Harcum is carrying it in the Senate. We need to get that through. But I'm here now to talk to you about what I hear from the folks who help me do my work as a member of the People with Disabilities Committee. I have an advisory committee that consists of people with disabilities as well as caregivers. And I have to tell you that it is unconscionable that we are not paying DSPs a living wage. It's absolutely unconscionable. It's unconscionable that they can earn better money by going to work for Dunkin' Donuts or work for other outside enterprises. That's wrong. And what does that do? It means that the people who are going to be served are not being served. And that has to do with accessibility as well. Because if you don't have people there who can help with their daily needs, they can't go out to work. They can't go out into the community to be part and integrated with the community. So this is very pure and simple. What do we want? What percentage? 3.2. How much? 3.2. Still not loud enough. 3.2. And that $4,000, that's not a one-time, that's a wage increase across the board and forever. Thank you so much.
I'm so happy to introduce our chair in the Assembly, Assemblymember Rebecca Seawright.
Thank you, Winnie. Let's give another big round of applause to all of you for coming to our state capitol today. I'm Assemblymember Rebecca Seawright, and I am honored to chair the People with Disabilities Committee. You just heard from the fabulous committee member Chris Burdick. We also have Harvey Epstein and Tony Simone and Marianne, who was here earlier. So now is the time that we get the 3.2% COLA. When is the time? Now! When do we want it? Now! We also need the $4,000 wage enhancement, and I'm pleased to be sponsoring that legislation along with Senator Mannion. This is the year that we're going to get it done. When do we want it? Now! Thank you all.
Thank you, Chair Seawright. Okay, next I'm pleased to bring up Senator Leah Webb.
So I heard we got some advocates in the building. Are the advocates here today? Are those who support our direct service providers in the house today? I don't think that was loud enough. Are all of you who support our direct service providers in the house today? Thank you all so much. I have the privilege of chairing women's issues in the Senate. I also sit on the Senate Health and Mental Health Committees. And I will tell you that a lot of the conversations that we have, to be clear, a 3.2% COLA truthfully is not enough. We know this. We can and should do better behind all of you as a state. Do you all agree? And so the work that direct service providers do truly is invaluable. I have family members who are direct service providers, and I will tell you that the spirit that it takes to do this work, to care for family members, for friends, right, who deserve quality care, the workers that are doing this work, they have to have a spirit of compassion, empathy. Are y'all still with me? And so, time after time, it always comes up that folks who are in health and human services are often disregarded. The work that they do often goes thankless. And so I'm here today to say that these measures that you all are asking for as a state, we definitely need to support and can make it happen. It is important, it is imperative. We have a responsibility, not just from the context of government, but as people, as human beings. Everyone deserves dignity and respect. Do you all agree with that? And so those fundamental needs is what direct service providers provide to those that they support. And so they also deserve a quality of life that allows them to do well. And so having the 3.2% COLA, having the $4,000 raise, it has to keep going. It can't just stop there. We were here just last year talking about COLA, right? Do y'all remember that? And so again, there are fundamental things that should not even be questioned around where are we making investments. And this is one of those examples. Are y'all still with me? my voice to all of the voices that are here, to let you know that you are not alone, that we are in this fight with you, standing alongside with you, most certainly in the Senate and in the Assembly. And I look forward to this legislation being successful in this year's budget. But let us be clear, when we keep taking steps back and making these kinds of cuts, we are creating more harm. And so it is imperative that we continue to invest, right? Not just in you. Those investments help all of us because we all do better when we all do better. Thank you all so much.
Next up is Assemblymember Tony Simone.
All right, Tony. Good morning, everyone. Give yourself a round of applause. What a great crowd. Listen, everyone deserves to live in dignity. The fight for the civil rights for people living with disabilities is the civil rights fight of our time. We have to pay service workers the right COLA. 3.2% is better, but not even good enough. But it should also go directly to the folks doing the job, not the bosses and not some entity, but the actual people helping our fellow New Yorkers. And that's what you're fighting for, and we're fighting right alongside you, and the $4,000 supplemental. We'll keep fighting till we get there, and you know, it's hard being an advocate coming up to Albany all the time, but we thank you for being here, reminding us. We have to send a message to the governor in this budget that we get the COLA and the supplemental. Thank you for all your advocacy.
Thank you, Assemblymember Simone. And next, I would like to welcome Senator Gustavo Rivera.
How you doing, everybody? So I'm going to keep it real simple and real basic, because I want to make sure that my voice is not the one that's heard, but that your voice is the one who's heard. Because as you heard from some of my colleagues, and I just spoke a little bit earlier at another rally just a little bit ago, the choices that are being made in this year's budget are not smart right now. The fact is that the investments that need to be made, because these are not expenditures, ladies and gentlemen, as you say, it is an investment. The fact is that over a long period of time, there has been disinvestment in the system that serves the most vulnerable in our state. And we started, oh, when I shout, sister, and we started to go in the right direction, and yet, for some godforsaken reason, this budget doesn't do that. It takes a massive turn in the wrong direction, which is where your voices come in. Because as you look around this beautiful building, and you look around, as I told these folks a little bit earlier, as you look around this beautiful building, you sometimes can forget why you come up here. You can forget about the impact that the decisions that we make in this room have in every corner of the state. So whether you're from Western New York, or the Northern Country, or Long Island, or the city of New York, or anywhere else in the state, your presence here means that you can remind my colleagues and our governor of the impact of the decisions that we make here in your lives, your family's lives, your community's lives. So ladies and gentlemen, let's make sure that they hear you loud and clear in this building. I want to hear you right now. Come on, give it to me. I can't hear you. To my colleagues and the governor, these are the voices of the people that are going to be impacted by the decisions that we make here. So let's make sure that we make the right ones, and we invest. We invest in the workers and the people who serve the most vulnerable in this state. We're here to serve you. Let's make sure it happens. Thank you.
Amen. Thank you, Senator Rivera. Next up at the mic is Assemblymember. I didn't get to say your name.
Hi, everyone. I'm Assemblymember Harvey Epstein. How you doing today? So this year's not
not just about the COLA. It's just about where the money goes. How do we ensure that money gets directly to the people it needs to get to? Year after year we give money, and unfortunately the workers don't see the benefits. We need to ensure this year not only did we do the COLA, that we make sure that the money goes directly to the workers that need it to ensure they can continue to provide the services. So we need to say 3.2, but all the money goes to the workers, plus the bonus, and we won't stand for anything less. Are you standing with me? The governor's office just around the corner, can't you hear you? We need to make enough noise, not just today, not just tomorrow, not just this week, for the next few weeks to ensure that in our Ottawa House budget and in the final budget for the next 6 weeks, that the funding for you all is there and that we understand the priorities of increasing these wages to ensure our New Yorkers get the support they need to have lively, productive lives. Are you going to fight for that? Yeah! Are you going to come back and keep fighting with us? All right, we'll do this together. Thank you.
Thank you. Everyone else. Next up is Assemblymember Jake Ashby.
Hey everybody, this is Senator Jake Ashby. I just want to thank you all for coming out today. 25 years ago, I was a DSP. I worked at the Center for the Disabled on Congress Street in Cohoes. After that, I went on to be an occupational therapist for a little bit of time. I know I have friends from all over New York State here today. I see one of them right there, Daryl Whitbeck, right there. Came all the way from Rochester. I want you guys to know that this is not a Democrat issue. This is not a Republican issue. This is a priority. Exactly right. This is a priority. And this is a priority because you are worth it. You are worth it. The people you care for are worth it. The Christmases, the Thanksgivings, the broken hearts, the broken equipment that you fix and deal with every day, the time, the sweat and blood that you pour out on behalf of the people that you serve and their families. You are worth it. Let them hear it. We will invest in you because you are worth it. Keep bringing your voices each and every day. Thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you, Senator Ashby. Next, I'd like to welcome Senator Bill Weber.
DSP! DSP! I'm Senator Bill Weber from Rockland County. DSP! I'm so proud to be standing with you here today. I'm so proud to be standing with all the DSPs here today. I want to give a special shout out to Diane Hess and Joanio from Rockland County. I'm proud to be the ranker on the Disabilities Committee, serving along my colleagues in the State Senate, Senator Mannion. I'm proud to be a co-sponsor of his wage enhancement bill, and that's just the start. We need to make sure that you DSP workers are essential workers doing essential services, and we need to recognize that every day. So the wage enhancement, we need to make sure it's a priority, because you know what? Budget's about priorities, and this is a priority to all of us here today. So let's get this COLA in place as an investment for the future to continue to getting you towards pay parity. Thank you very much, and you have my full support.
On our Developmental Disabilities Committee, Jody Giglio.
Hey everyone, so let's hear it for our DSPs. Our DSPs who are one of the hardest workers in the state of New York. living wage and deserve